What's the deal? You already know what it is. Back in this one, another video to pump out to my young boys, maybe girls, but nah. Today we got one for the red pill. I ain't gonna lie. This one for the red pill. I was scrolling, doing my scrolls on social media, and this video happened to find its way into my feed. I didn't watch it. All I needed to see was the title with a caption, and I said, you know what, this the one. So if anybody don't know or whatever, we just gonna watch this video. It's about 20 seconds long. I'm gonna go into it, talk about what we see in here, and then give some scripts, and that's gonna be that. So let's get into this. Say me and my friends went to Miami for spring break and came back pregnant and don't know who the fathers are. Here we go. Hold on.
He and my friend went to Miami for spring break and got pregnant and don't know who the fathers are.
And this just goes to show where we at. You don't put this on the internet. This is not information you want to be public. I know some of the friends gotta be sick because you just said fuck it. I'ma just show who we are. Boom, boom, boom. But let's look. Let's see what's going on here. Typical. We got some baddie shot o'clock behavior going on. See, they look at this. This you see the kiss? This the spirit. This also the spirit that's going around nowadays. We got this hypersexualized lesbianism that just goes on so frequently between women, where it's like, okay, we can kiss each other, we can bump and grind on each other. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all sinful behavior, to say the least. It's all demonic. It all comes from Shiva. That's what all of this, ain't nothing new under the sun. Or the whole, I showed y'all in the other video, with Shiva who originated, you know, the practice of sticking your tongue out in pictures. All of this is stuff that Shiva did. All of that. That's Shiva. I wish I had some of those pulled up. But just look up Shiva. When you look up Shiva, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see a picture of that goddess with her tongue out. Really, it's a hermaphrodite, got both parts. But that's where the tongue sticking out comes from, in this whole lesbian spirit going on, where it's like women just became so comfortable with caressing each other and all of these other things that it's just downright wicked, to say the least. Let's keep going. Trying to kid. Like, imagine this is your girl. Imagine this your girl. I know how we think. This is some bullshit. Why is she leaning in for kisses on camera? Then it's on camera. It's like, oh, let's kiss for the camera. You know, we know where these things come from in the origin, but you still just can't help but ask, like, who started this? We know who started it, but we still just be like, how did we get to this point? Let's keep going. The girls trip. It's all fun and games, and now look. Then they start sending each other ultrasounds. And this is a damn shame. Imagine how these conversations went. Girl, I think I'm pregnant. girl, you too? And they just all end up pregnant. They all just went back to they did a huddle up and just was like, wow, we all really pregnant. And some genius out of the group said, no, we gotta show the world this crazy. And I'm gonna go into the comments in a minute, but I already know it's gonna be. I already know what it's gonna be. We gonna talk about these women for being irresponsible. Yes, but there's gonna be very little mentioning of the actual fate of those children that now have, been brought into this world and just was doomed for some single parent, shenanigans. Because I'd be surprised if any of these fathers decided to actually step up and be, and take responsibility for the child that he helped produce. But I do get, it's gonna be on some. This was a one night thing, and I'm not about to have a baby mother that I met that I barely know that I met on this one night thing, and it wasn't supposed to happen. And obviously, bro, see, the thing with men, they really 9 times out of 10, like I said, not gonna step up, because it's just like they're not gonna. These women have already been ruled out of the equation when it comes to being a wife. They disqualified themselves. When anytime a woman gives into temptation or she gives into a man too easily, the sad reality is you disqualified yourself, because that's gonna go. What's gonna go into his mind is, wow, she did this easily. It's in your head, who else has she done it this easily for? And some gonna say, well, it was just that specific kind of guy who just came in, did with it, and he made. Man, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. The same way, it's billions of people on the planet. The same way you say this person sauced that person, it's the same way somebody else can sauce that same person. There's billions of people on the planet. Plenty of fish in the sea, as they'll say. So these women have basically disqualified themselves. And then it's crazy because this girls trip. So I mean, obviously, they having fun, boom, boom, boom. But you mean to tell me all of these women went out on this girls trip and y'all all was fucking raw? Like, not one of, like, it really adds leverage into the you are who you hang around claims. Cause how all of y'all go out there, not only get D, but you got desecrated in to the point where y'all all are having children. Y'all all was that dumb. Y'all all was that stupid. Y'all all had little regards for yourself. That little regard for yourself, they all shared it. The whole friend group shared that exact same little regard for their own self. and put themselves in a predicament where you have to raise a child by yourself. They didn't even have the sense to think I shouldn't even risk getting pregnant by somebody, not only a stranger, but a stranger that doesn't even live in the same, state as me. This is crazy. Let's keep going. Here we go. We got some baby bumps. No men. Another one, baby bumps. I don't like to even try to put too much leverage in this, because this could be fake. Because sometimes stuff be so stupid, you be like, it gotta be fake. But time and time again, they prove that that's just the times we living in. And it's just memes and funny stuff, but nobody is the children is the ones that's losing the most here. And I ain't got it pulled up on my computer, but if we gonna read this. I don't believe this is Isaiah chapter 13. Let's see, verse 18. Their boughs also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. That's the times that we living in. This chapter was talking about the fall of Babylon. So that's the times that we living in. Babylon is falling. And the Most High says that you'll be better off with a stone tied around your neck and you go to the bottom of the ocean than you forsake the children. But that's the times we living in, where the children are the ones that's suffering the most, but they're not going to be getting thought about at all. Babylon is going to have no mercy on children. Babylon encourages the children is the next generation. When you get to the children, it's over. So, and that goes into what we looking at now when it comes to these, the Roe v. Wade and all of these other things. We've gotten to a point where children, babies, the whole world is on fuck them kids timing. And that's what they say. F them kids. But that's the future. The modern woman has very little regard for the children. Everybody is on some super demented, selfish time, and it's a reprobated mindset. All of these is reprobates. They've been given over to the strong delusion already. Gotta be. For this to really be reality, this can only come from the reprobated mind. No regard for innocent life. But we can sit back and we can watch, but we can learn from these things. We can pray for our own children's, success, growth, strength. The Bible tells us the way you raise your children is the way that they'll lead. They won't depart from the faith. So even in the climate where children seem to be being, children always been targeted, but now it's a battle between not only being targeted but being disregarded at the same time. It's crazy. They being dropped off. Y'all know what goes on in the hood when it comes to these kids. Y'all know, everybody know that person that just has no regard for their kids. They push them out. They have the sex, push them out, and keep it pushing. Push out, then keep pushing. Sad, man. But those are the times we living in, y'all. We got girls trips. That's what was the title? 3 babies, 1 girls trip. This is like some I can't even think of that movie name. But this is crazy. They just all went out and got pregnant together. At least the kids is gonna have friends. Is that what we can take away? Well, is that a up we can take away, that the kids will have a circle? But I need to find a scripture where they say that in these times women is gonna be raising up demons. No father in the house. It's about to be little demons walking around. And it's the thing, it's sad because it's like, we shouldn't be at a point where it's like you can't trust no kids, but you can't even trust kids. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't trust no damn kids, cause they not smart. They not. So it's like they susceptible to do stupid things 9 times out of 10, because that's what you do when you a kid. You're gonna do some stupid things. But I'm not trying to be collateral damage to no kid's stupidity. Because they parent want to do them in and not, be responsible. Parents think you owe them just for bringing you into the world. Parents think you owe them. Like, how does that even sound right to y'all? Like you unconsciously, as when you was nothing but a thought or whatever, you telepathically talk to your parent and y'all made the agreement that, all right, if they bring you into the world, ain't none of that. They was fucking, and you was birthed out of it, and it is what it is. But you got those parents that say you owe me for that. Cause you know what it is. People that think that is so damn demented, cause they think I could have just aborted you and kept it pushing. Be grateful that I didn't. That I gave you the opportunity. Look, this is what this sound like. I'm your God. I made you. I brought you here. I could have got rid of you, but I made the conscious decision to bring you here. Serve me. Period, point blank. And now, could you imagine? Now look. And now listen to me, because some of y'all might be some girls trip babies. So look. Could you imagine one of these women doing that? You conceived this child on a girls trip. And could you imagine them hitting their kids with I brought you into this world mentality. But that's what goes on. That's what is girls trip babies, it's all kind of babies. We don't even need to get into all of the different kinds of avenues and different kinds of obscure, weird ways babies was made.
It's a one night stand, baby. Technically, it's no different.
So it is crazy. It's really crazy. All of these things and all of this stuff would be prevented if, you know, people was just. It's so simple, but it's so simple, but people just can't understand that all of the answers is right there, easily accessible. You know, to be modest, chase. You know, not to even play those kind of games, because these rules and these guidelines that we live by is in place for a reason. These women wonder why they so messed up in the head, but it's like our the Bible would tell you, okay, don't do this until then. Women, you get a husband, you bound to him until he dies. These things seem, because we are born brainwashed, so these things seem so like wow, so crazy. It seems so crazy, but it's only crazy because of the brainwashing. We were lied to. We were deceived. When you wake up, you got to go back and you have to unlearn all of the customs and all of the practices that you were brought into the world brought into when you entered the world. The practice of, okay, you seeing movies. You seeing one night stands in these movies. You see guys and girls celebrating one night stands and all of these other things. So in your head, okay, that's normal. And there's various other things, plenty of other things, countless other things that we see, be like, oh, okay, that's normal. So when you hear a voice like mine, and then I'm giving you scripture and I'm telling you, okay, you're not supposed to do that. It sounds crazy, because it's like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to do that? And that's where people reject the word, because people like doing the things that they do, but like said, the rules are in place for a reason. The Most High wasn't didn't just make these out of boredom. The Most High knows, he knows human nature. Crazy, right? The creator of humans knows human nature. Isn't that crazy? But nah. So these things are in place for us to not destroy ourselves. So when it says that a woman is bound to her husband for as long as he liveth, but it also says, refrain from sex, refrain from these sex till marriage, is all in place for a reason. These women go out here and just give it up. And then 4-5 dicks in, they crazy. And it's just like they lose a part of themselves because of all of the soul binding. Then it only gets worse, because once you lose something, now the objective changes to finding it. Okay, now I gotta find this part of myself that I lost. But some people can't even look in the mirror or do the inner workings to find that person that they lost. So instead, they continue to indulge in various things. And a lot of people never find themselves because they don't ever find the Most High. But that's the video for today. That's what we got. We got 25 minutes. 25 minutes out of a 20-second video. You know, I take that. You know, I take that. But no, that's it. Make sure you turn on the bell because we do all of this live. Come in the chat, chop it up, all of that good stuff. Like the video, comment, subscribe. This has been Born Row. Love y'all. Take care.